Good evening, people. Welcome to my quick review of Married at First Sight Season 16. We're going to just quickly recap episodes 4 to 7 and just give a summary. All right, that's all I'm going to do. Just a quick overview. Not going to be here too long. If you're new, let's please like and subscribe to my channel, like this video. Because, listen, let's build, let's grow, let's learn, and let's earn. Let's all do this together as a team. All right. So first of all, let's talk about where we are right now. The couples have been married. They've had their ceremonies. They've gone away on the honeymoons. They've linked up as a group and discussed how they're finding the adjustment to their partners. Talked about the some of the attraction problems that they're having. So let's dive into some of these couples right now. All right. So first, I think we'll start with the obvious, which is going to be Kirsten and Shaq. All right. So Shaq, he is studying, but, he seems to be quite a cool dude, cool guy. No major red flags or anything up to this point, and we're in episode 7. Nothing crazy. Seems like a cool, mild-mannered guy with a sense of humor. But Kirsten doesn't find him physically attractive. So she has been trying to navigate her end of the relationship, knowing that she's not attracted to him. But she seems to be trying to be optimistic that something can progress. I don't buy it, to be honest, and I'll give you my reasons why. But so she's done things like basically ask him if he's receptive of criticism, if he can handle criticism. And he said yes. Now, in my opinion, what that's going to do is set himself up to be critiqued by her as much as she possibly can, and do it with a smile on her face. And if he gets rattled, or if he feels like she's grilling him too much and he starts to get fed up, then she's going to say, okay, well, you said you could handle criticism. You obviously can't. Then, you're going to hear some weak comments. Weak, not a man, can't handle it, things like that. So I don't think that that's going to bode well for Shaq when it comes to Kirsten. Now, they've had some very up-close moments, but they still have not kissed. There's been no intimacy from that aspect at all. Probably the most they've done is hold hands and lay. She might lay on his arm occasionally while they're laying down, but no intimacy at all. Then she's also said that he's always joking all the time, always laughing and joking. So she's called him out for having a sense of humor too, which is crazy, So, and then she's also said she doesn't want him to be perfect. She doesn't want him to keep trying to be perfect. So Shaq is in a very tough situation. She doesn't want him to laugh and joke and break the ice with, a sense of humor. She doesn't want him to be intimate with her. So that's out. And again, she is just not feeling him enough to even allow him to just get to know her in her entirety, get to know the real her, because she's very guarded about how she moves with him. Not to the point where she's pushing him away, but to the point where she knows that she's not attracted to him and it ain't going to go but so far. So I don't see this couple lasting. And we're in episode 7 now, so probably halfway through or thereabouts. Don't see it working for this couple, unfortunately. Okay, let's skip along. Let's talk about Gina and Clint. Okay, so Clint, he has red hair, and Gina has definitely indicated that she's not attracted to the red-haired guy, which is fine. But then when he voiced his opinion about, him dating slender girls, slimmer girls, different body type previously, she got mad. Well, this episode, they seem to patch it up. They've made up, at least temporarily, just for the sake of, giving the experiment a chance, I guess. Fact of the matter is, though, is I think it's not going to last too long. I don't think they're suited as a couple. I don't think they match. So, last week she turned all of the ladies against him in their group setting, and he didn't do himself any favors by saying that he likes slender ladies in front of the other women. They were very pressed, and to be honest, his preference is nothing to do with them, but he was the villain instantly when he said that. Then you have, an opportunity to mend the damage, and he tried to apologize, but she wasn't feeling it. So because she's not feeling it, I don't think she lets these things go so easily. I think she's one of these type of people who can dish it out, but she just can't take it. So yeah, not looking good with that couple. Next couple, we have Chris and Nicole. Now, Chris and Nicole, I think, have the best chance of making it. They talked about their past relationships, and both seem to be very traumatic and problematic. I don't think it's going to be smart for them to trauma bond, but they do have shared experience. So there is that level of having gone through something, and also a level of empathy because the other person's gone through something similar. So that does work. In terms of intimacy, she's put it out there maybe a couple of times already, about having sex. And he seems to want to take his time. He hasn't been intimate with, with anybody. I think he said a year before the actual show started. So, he's going to take his time. He's not in a rush. If he was in a rush to have sex, he would have done it already. We didn't wait a year. So he's going to take his time. And hopefully when they do get to that point, it's an enjoyable experience for both of them. And they can kind of put that pressure of wanting to be intimate well on the back burner, and they can get to know each other, continue to grow with each other. But I am concerned for Chris because I think he is very emotionally unstable too. In this recent episode 7, he was crying uncontrollably, like weeping. And she came over to console him. At first, it looked like, he was really upset about something very traumatic and problematic. Turns out, he was actually crying because he was told that his 2 dogs can't come and stay with them when they move into their apartment together. I've heard the saying that dogs are man's best friend, but the way he was crying, it seemed like he's more than best friends with his dogs. But so Nicole consoled him, and I commend her for that because she showed a great level of empathy. She didn't talk down to him. She didn't, make him seem weak or cowardly or emasculate him in any way. And that is something I commend her for, because sometimes if a man is showing vulnerability or weakness, he's seen as a very weak guy. And it's not. That momentary weakness is very valuable in terms of bonding and getting to know someone, because he's sharing moments with you that are obviously quite important to him and quite sentimental, and being receptive to that is very vital in him gaining trust that he can share things like in the relationship capacity. Anyway, so I think that they can work. Let's move to Eris and Jasmine. This is a couple I don't think are gonna work. Tell you why, because it's not because Eris says he's never been in love before at the age of 39. That's not it. They are two completely different type of people, and they want two different types of dating style, right? Eris has indicated a couple of times that he wants to knock boots. But I don't think that Jasmine is interested in that right now, you know. And it's no shame, it's no shade. You know, you've only known each other, what, 7 episodes, so that might be a week or so. So, yeah, I don't think they should rush it. What I will say to that, though, is Eris doesn't seem to be attracted to Jasmine that much. He's struggling. And he's made no secret about it. Like, he's struggling to find the attraction and the connection. And I think the pressure of that is wearing on him a little bit, because, you know, when we look at these recent episodes, he's had to wake up in the morning and go for runs just to, you know, get in the right mindset to try and think about how he's going to approach you know, his relationship with her. So I think like Jasmine, I think she likes him, but we had a bombshell on the after party on the recent episode, which is that she, through a mutual friend or through social media, knows the girl that he slept with 2 weeks before coming on the show. That's a problem. That's a problem. It's too fresh. So that means, Eris, you haven't taken the time to heal. You haven't taken the time to be by yourself, to reevaluate, to really be serious about what you want in a relationship. So for that reason, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So I think the final couple is Dominique and McKinley. Now, McKinley, dude, be real, bruh. This is a culture shock for you to be dating a black woman or, you know, mixed race woman. Definitely. And again, I mean, it's a tough situation, right? Because you don't know you've never met the person that you're going to be introduced to as your wife. So, you know, I can kind of give him a little bit of grace on that, but I think his problem is going to come very soon, because when they start getting to the nitty gritty and the intimacy and all these other different things, it's not looking good, bruv. It is not looking good. So, and let's be fair, like, I'll balance it by saying that Dominique, she describes herself as an old soul. Listen, man, there is nothing old about Dominique. All right? She might be the oldest in her group of friends, but she is not an old soul. In fact, I'd argue the opposite. She seems to be very nitpicky, and, you know, maybe she has a right to be, but that's not going to bode well in the relationship. When you're too critical of the person you're with, eventually it's going to wear that person down. And once that person gets worn down, it's going to be a tough job to get them back up to the levels where they were previously. Trust me, I know. All right? I've been on the receiving end of that. And it's very difficult. Every day is difficult. Yeah, so far I only give 1 out of the 5 couples a chance of success. Just one. 20% success rate. And doing some research earlier on in the week, I actually found that there is a 20% success rate when you look at the overall couples on every single season. Like, if you combine all the couples that have ever come on this show, only 1 in 5 have stayed married. That's a terrible, like 20% of anything is bad. So that's my quick update. Hope you enjoyed. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy the content. That will inspire me to keep giving you more and more. All right. Take care. Peace out, people.